here this morning. My first words are partly about spring because, technically we're still in spring, but it does feel a little bit like summer right now, but I'm going to go right ahead here, muscle through. The last few weeks, the weather has been teasing us with warmer days, urging us to get outside in the dirt, play ball, run around, and finally put the winter clothes away and forget about them for a while. What I say is teasing. One day will be gorgeous with sun and warmth, and then, oh no, here we go again. The spring season can be tricky. It gives us the early flowers like crocus and hyacinth, and as soon as they peek out, a blast of old man winter comes to remind them who's in charge. In my mind, the ebb and flow of spring is what makes it so special. It's so glorious to watch the earth regrow, open up to the new, awakening to longer days with all its opportunity to get out and take advantage of earth in all its glory. In my mind, spring is the best season. All seasons have their charm, but spring shows us nature at its best. New life emerges and allows us to wonder at the life emerging from the cold ground. Birds migrating to their comfort and allowing us to view them in their splendor. We are fortunate to watch this from our windows or outside. One of my favorite poets, who I know most of you are familiar with, Mary Oliver, says it much better than I. So I will read a poem. This world. I would like to write a poem about the world that has in it nothing fancy, but it seems impossible. Whatever the subject, the morning sun glimmers it. The tulip feels the heat, flaps its petals open, and becomes a star. The ants bore into the peony bud, and there's the dark pinprick well of sweetness. As for the stones on the beach, forget it. Each one could be set in gold. So I tried with my eyes shut, but of course the birds were singing, and the aspen tree leaves were shaking the sweetest music. And that was followed by, guess what? A momentous and beautiful silence as comes to all of us in little earbuds, if we're not too hurried to hear it. As for spiders, how the dew hangs on their webs, even if they say nothing or seem to say nothing. So fancy is the world. Who knows? Maybe they sing. So fancy is the world. Who knows? Maybe the stars sing too. And the ants and the peonies and the warm stones, so happy to be where they are on the beach instead of locked up in gold. Today, we are celebrating spring with what is called the Flower Communion. I would not personally define the Flower Communion as a ritual service within the UU community, but it is a celebration shared by many congregations. Flower Communion was first celebrated in June of 1923 by Norbert Capek. Last year was the 100th anniversary of this delightful tradition. Norbert Capek, born in South Bohemia in 1870, had been raised in the Catholic Church, but became a Baptist at the age of 18. He was quite active in the Baptist Church and founded churches in Ukraine and Budapest. He ended up leaving Bohemia and went to the United States in 1914 after the threat from the Bohemian government. He served the Baptist Church until 1919 when he knew he could not continue. He needed more than what the Baptist Church offered. Both he and his wife became Unitarians in 1921. They returned to the newly independent Czechoslovakia in 1921 and started a Unitarian church named the Prague Liberal Religious Fellowship. In just 20 years, his church had 3,200 members. While in Czechoslovakia, Capek developed the flower communion. He turned to the beauty of the countryside and flowers, and he asked members to bring flowers from gardens, fields, and roadsides. They're meant to be shared and celebrate the beauty of the earth. Capek's life ended in 1942 while held prisoner in Dachau concentration camp. Even while in this prison, he held the flower communion. What we are about to do today is an opportunity to affirm our connection with the struggle for widening liberty. Not a diversion from reality, but a reminder there's always light in beauty. We're called to remember that we are community and together we are one. Today's ceremony is an affirmation of the sixth principle of affirming and promoting the goal of world community with peace, liberty, and justice for all. I invite you now to proceed from the outside of your aisle to come forward to the table, choose a flower that speaks to you, and then exchange it with your neighbor coming from the other side. Proceed down the middle aisle back to your seat. And for those who do not wish to come forward, we will bring flowers to you. No one's leaving without a flower. We have plenty. And I appreciate that. That is awesome. May your flower brighten your day and someone else's. Come on up.
We have some extra vases upstairs if anyone would like to take a small vase home or would like to let their flowers hang out in a vase while you eat lunch.